everyone, and welcome back to Storytime. So today our book is called On Our Nature Walk. Our first talk about our impact on the environment. And I thought what would be great is actually reading this book in my local environment. So this is my yard, this is my backyard, and I thought it would be a great place to set the scene for our book today. So we are going to talk about Nature Walk, and it talks about the impacts of the environment. So how can you protect the world around you? And the note says it handles a sensitive topic with kindness, compassion, and empathy. You can see all these children in their local communities trying to help out. So let's read on. So Our Nature Walk is by Dr. Jillian Roberts with illustrations by Jane Henrichs. On Our Nature Walk, our first talk about the impact on the environment. I'm sure we can see. Today my class went on a walk through the forest to learn about nature. Our teacher said it's really important for kids to spend time outside. Why? Making friends, playing outside, and getting exercise are important for everyone's physical and mental health. When we spend time in nature, it makes us feel happier. It does good things for our bodies, like improving our ability to remember things and helping us think more clearly. Also, when we spend time outside, we grow our love and appreciation for nature and the environment. It looked like some people didn't clean up after themselves when they were here. They left garbage on the path. It's wrong to litter. Why did they do that? You can see they littered here in the forest. Even though many of us were taught not to throw garbage on the ground, some people still do it. Maybe nobody explains to these people how harmful litter is to the environment. Picking up after yourself is a habit, like cleaning your room or tidying your desk. So it gives a nice definition here. Littering is when someone leaves their garbage lying around outside. Usually people litter because they don't understand the consequences of doing it, or they think someone else will clean up after them. But littering can harm wildlife and people and contaminate water systems and other natural habitats. It's a major cause of some critical environmental problems facing our planet. Sometimes when I go to the beach, I see really big pieces of garbage. How did all that stuff get there? Sometimes things fall off boats and wash up on shore with the tides. Litter of any size is bad for the planet and for the animals and plants that live around the ocean. And it can even affect the environments of faraway places. Litter is a form of pollution. There's a spiral of currents in the North Pacific Ocean that created a massive collection of trash known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This garbage flows between the West Coast of North America and Japan. Some of the garbage is from vessels, but much of it originates on land, and much of it is plastics. These plastics break down into tinier pieces of plastics called microplastics, which will never fully break down or disappear, which can kill wildlife. Are there other kinds of pollution besides garbage? Yes. Lots of things we do and use in our daily lives contribute to pollution. The exhaust from gas-fueled vehicles and jet-fueled airplanes pollutes the air. For example, the process of making clothes and buildings can release chemicals that pollute the air, the soil, and even water systems. As the world's population increases, so does the pollution we humans create, as our need for things like energy, water, and food grows. Pollution comes in many forms. Sometimes pollution is invisible, but whether we see it or not, it can harm animals, people, and plants. Air pollution occurs when harmful chemical gases are released into the air. Land pollution is when waste or garbage is deposited on the land. Water pollution is when materials contaminate the water. Thermal pollution is when the overall temperature of a body of water changes, which harms fish and other organisms. The constant sound of traffic, constructions, and other activities in cities creates noise pollution, and excessive or obtrusive lighting creates light pollution, which can damage wildlife cycles and human health. How do more people and more needs affect the environment? Just as our bodies need food, water, and fresh air to survive, our planet needs a balance of air, water, plants, and animals, and people to be healthy. When we take too many of the Earth's resources or destroy too many natural environments to build areas for humans to live and work, we upset that balance. This harms the health of the planet and everyone who depends on it for survival. And that gives a nice note about natural resources and what they are. What happens if we don't find that balance? The planet as we know it will change. There's only one planet Earth, and many of its resources will not last if we keep using them the way we have been. The truth is, right now, we aren't doing that good job of taking care of our planet. I feel sad about that. Like, I'm not doing a good job of taking care of our planet. I do too. The earth is a special place, and we all have the responsibility to do everything we can to protect it, for ourselves and for the people who live here after us, our children, their children's children, and so on. Always look for ways to reduce what you use. Reuse the things you have and recycle whatever you can't use anymore. Is anybody doing anything to help our environment? Yes! Many countries around the world have agreed to work on together and to help preserve the earth. There are international agreements or laws within countries, states, or provinces and cities to help make sure that we are taking better care of our environment. And lots of scientists, entrepreneurs, activists, and kids just like you are doing what they can to help our planet. One common known international agreement is the Paris Agreement, which it gives a great note here about to learn more. What can I do to help? You can do a lot to protect your environment and help your community at the same time. You can start a cleanup club to deal with litter near your school or in your neighborhood. You can keep a bag in your backpack and pick up trash when you see it when you're out for a walk with your family. Wear reusable gloves and make sure you don't pick up anything that looks sharp. It could be dangerous. You can even suggest to your teacher that the students in your class each bring in a garbage bag along on every field trip. So we can see all these kids working together to take care of the planet, and we've been planting. So some community environmental tips for kids. Start an art club at your school and use recycled materials. Grow your own vegetable garden. Ask a grown-up to help you. Walk or ride your bike to school if you can. Unplug your electronics when you aren't using them and turn off the lights when you leave a room. When you have picnics with your family, pack food in reusable jars and containers. Give gently used books instead of goodie bags at your next birthday party. But I'm just one kid. How can I make a big difference? You may be just one kid, but you've got something special that is unique to you, your imagination. Many of the world's biggest problems have been solved by people who use their imaginations to figure out solutions. Just asking questions about what you can do around you is a great start. Meet Greta Thunberg. Even kids can change the world. Greta Thunberg is a Swedish climate activist who has taken the world by storm. Frustrated with the lack of action taken by adults, Greta decided to take matters into her own hands. She began to skip school on Fridays and protest climate action outside the Swedish Parliament buildings. Her initiative grew into international initiatives whereby school kids from around the world organized school strikes for climate on Fridays. Greta's contribution to raise awareness and climate change garnered her a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize. How can an imaginary idea fix a real problem? By innovation. Innovation means using your imagination to think of a better way to do something, and then creating and putting your innovation to the test. And kids are great innovators. The next time you see a problem in the world around you, imagine how you could solve it. Who knows, you might come up with the next great invention. We talked about meet Anna McConsky. Anna's a student inventor and social entrepreneur who grew up in Victoria, BC. She started participating in science fairs in the 6th grade. In the 10th grade, inspired by a friend in the Philippines who had no electricity light to study at nighttime, she invented the hollow flashlight. This is no ordinary flashlight. It is powered by the body heat of the human hand. Just holding the flashlight, you are charging it. Amazing! Because it doesn't need batteries, there are no batteries to recycle. How can you become someone who innovates? The best way to get your imagination going is spending lots of time outside playing, outside, exploring your community, asking lots of questions about the world around you. Take a moment to think about what you see when you go on a nature walk with your school. Are there problems you can help fix? Are there friends and family who would help you? Brainstorm ideas on your own and with others to see what you can come up with. Then choose one idea you're passionate about and get started. There's always new ways to solve problems and work together to protect our environments, all the humans and animals who live in it. Meet some more people who have used their imaginations to help clean up our world. The wave starter machine was initially thought up by Danish brothers and inventors Niels and Kjeld Hansen, who came up with the concept in 2000 after being inspired by their love of water. The wave starter machine converts kinetic wave power into electricity. This technology has been evolving for over a decade. This innovative machine sits in the water with special floats and harvests the energy of the waves, similar to how windmills capture energy. The scientists at Wavestar believe that we will need to diversify our sources of unlimited clean energy to meet the energy needs of the 21st century. Long gone are the days we could rely on fossil fuels. I wonder how many other cool ideas will be shared over the years to come. It talks about 2 other scientists. So, this is a great book to start talking about entrepreneurship and how small ideas can make a really big difference, especially in our environment, and how we can be intentional about teaching our children about the world around us. So this was part of our theme, Nature Week, and this is a great book to get started on talking about the environment and what you can do to help. So I hope you love this book as much as I do, and we'll see you next time. Bye!